Hi guys, in this lesson we are going to create a new portfolio session which is called video content. Alright, so this is the portfolio content, this is our video content. Now we are going to learn how to reuse the code that we have created earlier on inside our portfolio session here, right? And applied it to a new section below, okay, which is a video content. And you're going to learn how to do inline text as well. How are you going to put in your embed video from the YouTube, and also how to make the button link, and when you click it opens another tab and user can subscribe to your channel. And we do some housekeeping by checking the code, okay, all the code from the header, from the nav, from the hero background image, and for the portfolio as well. Okay, we are going to check the code in the Dreamweaver. So when it gets down to the tablet view, it will look 50-50, right? It will look like this. And when it goes down to the mobile view, it will look like that. All right, so let's go and do it now. So we begin our lesson by doing some housekeeping. First, let's check the source code. So this is the head. You have title, you have CSS link, you have Ajax script, you have JavaScript, you have font. Okay, correct. And inside the body, the open and the closing body. Now what do we have? We have a big div, okay, covering hero image. Then we have a container where we put a maximum width of 1200. In the header, we have this hyperlink of the IMG logo, and the logo has a class called logo. All right, and inside the header, but which is outside the nav, we have this burger menu class. All right, an image of a burger menu which unwillingly share the space with the button menu, hence it is outside. So nav, inside the nav here, we have a button menu, and we have this link. All right, we have this hash link. Now later we are going to link in within page. All right, we're going to do an internal link, and each of these button has got a class. So it's button about and button contact. All right, that's the header. Now in the main here, where we start our content, we have a class called hero content, we have h1 tag, and we have a hyperlink which send to hash. It's called enquiry button. And further down, we have this div class. Okay, we call this image grid for the class. Now we could actually call these box portfolio or any other name that's suitable which represent the idea of the portfolio here, but since we already done it with image grid, I do not want to change it, but I would like to put a div here to wrap this image grid with a class called box portfolio. So here we have a div class. Each of these are individual images. We have 6 of them. So each of these inside, we have a call. Now what is this call? Okay, let's take a look here. In the global, we have this call. Now we set the width to auto, and we have the margin. All right, 1 and 1% side by side, and also bottom 2%, and we have a background color. Now we don't need a background color. We can delete it later. And for call LG, large, what do we have? We have 31%. Each of these thumbnail, we trigger different view as well. So we have call MD. Please tally your code with mine here. All right, and we have call extra small, which is mobile. Okay, we have 98%, all-rounded 1%. And we have a hyperlink. We link to sub-portfolio page. And we target at blank, new page. All right, and the image is called thumbnail 1. Right? Make sure you check all the alt text. This is the width and height, and I have a class inside each of the thumbnail. Now this class represents responsive image. Okay, what is this responsive image? Let's take a look. Responsive image is width 100%, and the height is by auto and display block. So this is to trigger different media query as well. This is to make the image responsive in all different views. Right, and then we have footer. We didn't make any changes to the footer, so the footer is correct. So for here, if yours have got some spacing here, we can tidy this up. Okay, and we need to insert a div here, wrapping the image grid. So what am I going to do is click once on the live view, All right, make sure it's selected and go insert. And I'm going to insert a div. Now I'm going to put this div outside the image grid. I want to wrap this image grid. So just put wrap. So I have a div here, now wrapping this image grid. So then I don't have to change the image grid name to portfolio. I don't have to do that. So it makes things easier, yeah? So here, immediately we give a class for this. I would like to put class, and I'm going to put the class name as box, right, dash portfolio, because this is going to be my portfolio session. Now this box dash portfolio has got no period in front because this is the code mode, yeah? Now when you create a class selector here later, you have to ensure that you type in the period. All right, so save the work now, file, save all. Now we go to CSS Designer panel, click Style CSS into the global, and we're going to create a class called Box Portfolio, yeah? So I'm going to put it here, right after this, okay? So we click a plus sign, and I'm going to type dot box. You see the word portfolio here? Just click enter and enter. All right, now for the box portfolio, let's go to the padding top. Let's say we put around 20. Do you need to adjust this further? And see the bottom. Let's say I put around 10. Now, normally we don't really know everything by heart. So hence we have to try and error and drag around and see what is margin. So if I adjust the margin top, and you eventually know that it's dragging this top, dragging this higher and lower. Hence, you can actually make a decision whether you want to adjust this or not. I don't think I need to adjust this. All right, now for the padding and also for the bottom as well, I think we don't need to do anything with this. This is quite good. Box portfolio, leave this alone, empty, because the arrangement for the margin and padding, everything, okay, as for now, is quite good. Now you go back to the source code here. This is the box portfolio. I want to make a comment here. So I'm going to put my cursor right after the closing div of the inquiry button. Okay, enter, and go backspace all the way here. Enter again, backspace. Now I'm going to put a comment here to write a sentence, indicate that this is my portfolio session. So how to write a comment for the code is, you're going to type a bracket and a exclamation mark, and then you have double dash. And you can write this as this is my portfolio images section. All right, and then double dash and closing the code. Now this is grayed out, which means this is a command that only you will be seeing it, not the user. So this is for us to take a look at where we have adjusted and for us to have a label for my portfolio. Okay, from the open div to the closing div. All right, and then I have my closing main here, right? So we have to put another session after the portfolio image session. So hence we can enter down here. We're going to put another session here. So we're going to highlight and copy. And I'm going to paste it here. Okay, I'm going to put this is my portfolio video section. And I'm going to reuse the code that I have on top here. I'm going to copy all of this, right? Now for this video session that I'm going to have it just right below the portfolio session, what I'm going to put in is actually a 2-column. On the left side here is a YouTube embed video, and on the right side here is the label for the video content. I'm not going to put 3 columns like this, because if I put 3 columns, it will make things crowded if I put 3 video or 2 video and 1 label. Hence, I'm going to combine both of these columns to become 1 column for the video, and here at the side would be the label. So this is the box for the label, and how big is this box size? In the split mode here, now when I click this div class call, these individual images, right? is represented by a few classes here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 classes here. So check .col. So .col, it's to set the margin and the spacing of all the padding at the side, top, bottom, left and right. Okay, so .col is a reusable item. So we can copy this for our video as well. All right, now can we use .colg? It's 31%. Now remember I told you we want both of this size to be the video. So this is 31% and this is 31%. Both added are 62, right? We need 62%, but don't forget we have the space of the padding here. How big is this space? 1% at the column for the first thumbnail, another 1% for the second thumbnail. So here is 2%. So 31 plus 31, 62 plus 2 is 64. So we should, change this to 64. But if we change this to 64 for .colg, will it affect this image also? The answer is yes. So because of that, we're going to create a new class. Okay, a new class, we name the class with something else, and we put the width 64%. I'm going to apply it inside video session. All right, and for the label of the video here, we're going to use back this column. And how big is this column? This column is 31%, right? Where is this class for 31%? Is .colg is 31%. So we can reuse back the class here for the .col for video, right? And .colg for the label of the video. But for the video.colg, we have to rename it something else and put it 64%. Okay, now we need to float left and we need to use back .colmd and XS as well. Now can we use back .colmd? We go to the tablet. This .colmd means when we reach tablet view, okay, any pixel which is lower than 768, all right, it will trigger each of these box to 48%. I think it's good also for the video to have 50-50 by that time. So we can reuse this .colmd. And for the .colxs is 100%, right? So it's good to have video 100%, and to make it responsive, we can reuse this responsive image as well. Now take a look at this responsive IMG inside global. Responsive IMG. It's 100% and the height is auto and display is block. Now everything of this is correct except the height. Yeah, if you make the height auto for the video, you won't be able to see the big picture of the video. Hence, you need to give a pixel size for the height for the video. Alright, so that's the concept of reusing the portfolio code for the video section. So let's continue further, checking the CSS code from the designer CSS sheets and from the designer panel style before we really reusing the code for the video section. Into the next video.